What if instead of taking three different blood pressure medicines every morning, you could just take one single pill and it actually worked better? That's the promise behind the newly approved Widaplik Polypill for hypertension. One pill, less stress, better control. But is it really that simple? Or is there more to the story? Watch till end, I'll let you know all the breakthroughs related with this newly approved FDA drug, Widaplik. Welcome back to my channel, RxIndianPharmacist, your go-to guide to pharmacy knowledge. If you are watching it for the first time, consider subscribing my channel. We get to you the pharmacy-related videos like this. The problem, hypertension cures. Let's start with a bigger picture. High blood pressure or hypertension is often called as the silent killer. You may be wondering why. Because it damages all of the vital organs of the body like heart, kidneys and brain quietly without obvious symptoms until a stroke or heart attack suddenly strikes in the United States. Nearly half of all adults have hypertension. That's in number is about 119 million people is affected by this disease. But here is the shocking part. Only 1 in 4 actually have their blood pressure under control. Now imagine this. Your doctor prescribes 3 different pills, maybe an ACE inhibitor, a calcium channel blocker, and a diuretic. You're told to take them at different times, with food, without food, morning or in the evening. For many patients, this becomes overwhelming and missing one pill could cause you blood pressure spikes. Skip 2 days could risk you hospitalization. Let me introduce you to Mr. Johnson. He is 58-year-old, a retired school teacher from Ohio. He's been prescribed 4 different medications for his blood pressure. His kitchen counter looks like a pharmacy shelf. Sometimes he forgets the morning doses. Sometimes he doubles up by mistake. And every doctor's visit ends with same conversation. Your blood pressure is still not controlled, Mr. Johnson. You need to take care of it. This is not just Mr. Johnson's story. It's the reality of millions of Americans who are not able to manage their blood pressure. Now let's understand what this polypill concept is all about. And here comes the big idea, the polypill. Think of it as a single pill that combines multiple medications. In this case, different blood pressure lowering drugs. Instead of juggling 3 or 4 separate tablets, the patient just swallows one. The Widaplik Polypill doses exactly that. It takes moderate doses of proven hypertension drugs, combines them into one fixed dose tablet, and makes the life simpler. And you could take a better control of your blood pressure. Pharmacology, it's like an orchestra. Usually you have got multiple musicians playing on their own. Sometimes they get out of sync and you get to hear the noise. The polypill is the conductor. It keeps the instruments like as in ACE inhibitors, calcium channel blockers, and diuretic playing in harmony, lowering blood pressure more smoothly. For Mr. Johnson, instead of 4 bottles, he just needs one. The FDA approval and clinical evidence. So how did Widaplik Polypill win FDA approval? Let's talk science. The approval was based on robust clinical trials that tested thousands of patients with uncontrolled hypertension. The results were clear compared to those taking individual drugs separately. Adherence rates, meaning patients actually took their medicines, went up significantly. Compliance proved by nearly 30%. Side effects caused were manageable and similar to standard treatments. If we talk in simple language, when patients only had to take one pill, they actually stuck to the therapy and their blood pressure came down. The FDA reviewed the data carefully and concluded that benefits of simplifying therapy outweigh the risk of fixed dosing. This isn't the first time polypills have been discussed, by the way. The World Health Organization has been pushing this idea globally for years, especially in low and middle income countries. But now with Widaplik approval in the United States, this concept is getting onto the world's biggest healthcare stage. Now let's discuss benefits versus concerns. Let's look at the pros and cons because no medicine is perfect. Let's discuss the positives, the benefits first. One pill is easier to take than three. That means better compliance. Better compliance means fewer strokes, fewer heart attacks, fewer emergency room visits. For patients with moderate hypertension, this could save both lives and healthcare dollars. This keeps a check on your spend on health insurance as well. But here are the few concerns. Let's discuss them. The doses are fixed. What if patient needs slightly higher diuretic and a lower calcium channel blocker? With a polypill, you lose that flexibility of modifying the doses. Cost and insurance coverage could be a barrier. Not all plans will pay for it immediately. And while short and medium-term safety data looks good, we need still long-term US experience to fully understand its risks. So for Mr. Johnson, this could be life-changing. But for someone who needs constant dose adjustments, the polypill might not be ideal. The bigger picture, this is more than just a new pill. It's a part of bigger trend in healthcare, simplifying treatment for chronic diseases like hypertension. The WHO has already endorsed polypills for global users. Countries like India, Spain, Australia have experimented with them for years. Now with FDA's green signal, the US market is set and could see a real shift. If Widaplik succeeds, we could see polypill for cholesterol, diabetes, and even for heart failure. Imagine a future where instead of handful of tablets every morning, millions of patients rely on just one single pill. It's simpler, cheaper, and possibly more effective. But it also raises a question, will doctor embrace it? Will insurers would support it? And most importantly, will patients trust it? Comment below your thoughts if you feel that way. So, is the Widaplik Polypill the magic bullet for hypertension? Not quite, but is it a smarter tool in our fight against the silent killer? One pill, less stress, better outcomes, that's the hope. What do you think, friends? Would you trust a single polypill for your blood pressure, or rather stick with multiple tailored medications? Comment below your thoughts. If you find this video useful, consider giving it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel, RxIndianPharmacist, your go-to guide to pharmacy knowledge. Until then, bye for now. See you next week. Have a great one.